as Trump and his family personally profit off of the presidency, and we have apparently captured a foreign leader for the sole benefit of the oil oligarchs, Trump's Health and Human Services has declared that they plan on suspending $10 billion that goes specifically to helping families with food, housing, energy costs, and childcare. Of course, those families that are affected only reside in blue states. My name is Dina Doll with the MeidasTouch Network. Let's get into this. Now, just announced is the fact that Trump plans on cutting this $5 billion in 5 states, 5 Democrat states: New York, California, Minnesota, Illinois, and Colorado. Apparently, Colorado may have joined the list because of the fact that Congresswoman Lauren Boebert signed that discharge petition. It may also be the reason why Trump vetoed the bipartisan Clean Water Bill project that was going to benefit her constituents. Nevertheless, families in America, working families in America, are going to suffer as the result of Trump's petty ambitions, his ego, his narcissism, his willingness and desire to hurt those and cross the aisle for him. He doesn't like Newsom, doesn't like Governor Jay Pritzker, doesn't like New York. All of them now wrapped up into one. Now, he uses as a pretext what's happening in Minnesota. Apparently, there was some fraud uncovered in the daycares there. More investigation will continue. Governor Newsom has come out and said that he welcomes any sort of investigation. Congresswoman Ro Khanna from California put out a post saying the same, welcoming any fraud investigation. I mean, wasn't that the purpose of Doge and Elon Musk, to root out fraud? Democrats have never shied away from that. In fact, have called for it, have themselves rooted out fraud. This isn't about fraud. This is about retribution. How do we know that? Well, for one, it is targeted to just those 5 states whose governors happen to be very vocal against Trump. Now, let's get into who this is going to affect. Because here we have Trump talking about how he's so excited about going to Venezuela because now these oil industries will be profiting. Well, evidently, the oil companies will have to spend something like $10 billion over a period of 10 years to recoup any kind of profit. At the same time, Trump plans on taking away $10 billion from these states. The programs specifically that are affected is 1, the temporary assistance for needy families. This program gives assistance to families who work. The federal law requires that states have a work requirement. It is true that it could also include things like training for work, preparation for work, but according to Center's independent studies, over 80% of the recipients of these funds do actually have a job. They just need assistance to help pay their housing, help pay their energy costs, help get food. So during the winter time, where it's even more important to be able to pay for your utilities, he's canceling this program in places like Minnesota and Illinois, Colorado, New York, obviously parts even of California, extreme winter temperatures where they need utilities and energy even more. The fact is, the reason why working families even qualify for programs like this is because the corporations who pay them don't pay them enough. As Bernie Sanders and so many have talked about, American workers deserve a living wage. If American workers are working but still qualify for such assistance, it's because they're not getting paid a living wage. So Trump and his oligarch allies and buddies are taking that money for themselves and CEO compensation in order to raise that stock price for those stockholders who want to get their funds increased even more. And they're paying their workers less, so little that they qualify for this assistance program, so little that they are at the mercy of this man, Trump, who decides to pause the funding at a whim. And it's not just this program that is being hurt, although that program specifically, he is withholding $7 billion. It is also $2.4 billion, which will be suspended for Child Care and Development Fund, which specifically helps, again, working families be able to pay for childcare, and another $870 million for social services grants. Now, these grants specifically help, according to them, the purpose of these grants is to, quote, support social services directed towards achieving economic self-sufficiency, preventing or remedying neglect, abuse, or the exploitation of children and adults, preventing or reducing inappropriate institutionalization, and securing referrals for institutional care where appropriate. This Republican group, who's trying to hide the Epstein files about sexual abuse and trafficking of girls, is also taking away money that can protect children from exploitation. All because Trump is mad at Democrats, the people who suffer are everyday working Americans. Smalls cat food is protein-packed recipes made with preservative-free ingredients you'd find in your fridge, and it's delivered right to your door. That's why Cats.com named Smalls their best overall cat food. Now, I tried to get my cat in this ad because every time I turn on the camera, she usually always tries to get in the view. I always say I think she's trying to go viral, but you know how cats are. The minute you want them to do something, they do the exact opposite. Now, starting with Smalls is easy. Just share info about your cat's diet, health, and food preferences. Then Smalls puts together a personalized sampler for your cat. No more picking between random brands at the store. Smalls has the right food to satisfy any cat's craving. Still not a believer in Smalls? Forbes ranked Smalls the best overall cat food, while BuzzFeed said, my cats went completely ballistic for this stuff. For me, I have to also give my cat medicine, and when I put it on top of Smalls, she ate it right up. After switching to Smalls, 88% of cat owners reported overall health improvements. That's a big deal. And the team at Smalls is so confident your cat will love their product, then you can try it risk-free. That means they will refund you if your cat won't eat their food. So make 2026 your cat's healthiest year yet. For a limited time, because you are a MeidasTouch listener, get 60% off your first order plus free shipping when you head to smalls.com/MeidasTouch. One last time, that's 60% off your first order plus free shipping when you head to smalls.com/MeidasTouch. And you can say that this is just a pause, and most likely a judge will step in, because the fact is, after Nixon did something very similar, tried to withhold congressionally appropriated funds. A whole act was created afterwards, the Impound Control Act, making it specifically clear that a president cannot just withhold congressional funds. Of course, one caveat there is that they can pause such funds if they need to do some sort of auditing of it. This is why Trump says that this is about fraud, because he is trying to use that exception. But we have seen over and over this past year, judges step in and order Trump to stop pausing federal funds, because this is not the first time he has tried to hurt Democrats with funds. As we know, he did this during the government shutdown, stopped billions of dollars of infrastructure funds that went to Democratic states, energy grants he stopped over and over. There was just a win recently, though, in court where a judge says that the pause has to be basically unpaused. But in the meantime, because lawsuits take time, in the meantime, the American workers are going to be hurt in real time. This, of course, also comes on top of the slashes to our healthcare. And those same American workers who are having a hard time getting food on their table now also have to pay more for health insurance. Thankfully, we have some senators who are standing up to Trump. Senator Van Hollen speaking to the fact that there is always money for war, not enough for healthcare. Take a listen.
The motivation here is about grabbing Venezuela's oil for American oil companies. You already see folks on Wall Street lining up. So let's just be real as to what is really behind this operation. I mean, Donald Trump said he was going to focus on the United States. We have people's healthcare costs going through the roof because they refused to extend the Affordable Care tax credits. Meanwhile, he bails out Argentina and wants to run Venezuela for the benefit of American oil companies.
Those child care centers that have their payments paused could very well go out of business because they have to pay rent. They have to pay their employees. It could hurt the entire community that depends on that care center. That family that doesn't have enough money for food is just going to go hungry. They may not be able to pay their rent. They may have to leave wherever they live. He's playing with people's lives because he doesn't care about the American people.
Love this video? Support independent media and unlock exclusive content, ad-free videos, and custom emojis by becoming a paid member of our YouTube channel today. You can also gift memberships to others. Let's keep growing together.